Talia, you are hilarious. I am so sad that I've been practicing the other beat from last week all week and then just now seeing it. Oh, you are fantastic.
Oh, thank you. From the last video or I'm just confused.
Yeah, it was stage performance.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, probably lots of other stuff too, but that one specifically.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you. And welcome to drum lesson tonight, right here on Zoom. Everybody ready to rock? Not just rock, but actually like rock, right? Putting it out there. So who watched the lesson? It's all right if you didn't. Okay, who was your favorite drummer, Joe, that you saw in the video? And I'm gonna ask everybody that question. So whoever's ready could go. Yeah, Joe.
I'm sorry that I don't remember their names, but because I was just loving it. But I think it was the first. Actually, no, the one who played for Beyonce.
Yep.
I didn't know she had an all-female band. Like, that's so badass. Like, yeah, that was really cool.
So that's Nikki Glaspie. Yeah, and she now has her own band called the Nth Power, but she plays in all sorts of like super projects, jazz, funk, everything. But the Beyonce thing for me was just rad because that's showing how Beyonce took her platform and was like, I want to make my stage way more inclusive. And other artists did that too. Prince actually often played with an all-female band. Like, you had to. I know Lenny Kravitz had often all-female band. And so did Santana. And it's like, we're here. We can rock just as hard. That's awesome. Shell, did you want to go next?
I also am a big fan of Nikki and the Nth Power. But they were all amazing. But honestly, seeing the little baby at the end, the little kid at the end was like, I don't know. It just made it seem like anything's possible, and like, I just loved how much fun they were having, and they were just like creating their own fills, and like, I don't know, it's just pure joy. And it's just cool to see, like, this isn't some big scary thing. This is just having fun, So I definitely liked that one. That one made me the happiest,
Shia Justine, she's 2 years old, and she's been playing drum beats on her big brother, who started when he was 2, on his drum set. And like, it just shows that you are born with rhythm. You definitely are born with rhythm. Some people have a little different rhythm. It just might be a different style of music, right? It just might, you haven't found like your groove or your spot or what makes you be like, ooh, it clicks. She's definitely one of my favorite drummers. I can't wait to see, how much she grows and plays. What about you, Hillary?
I really like Cindy Blackman a lot. She's someone I've idolized for a long time, and a couple summers ago I got to see her play at Red Butte with Santana, and it was just amazing, like better than any video clip I'd ever seen of her. And yeah, she just looks like she's having fun. And then my other one definitely is Karen Carpenter, because I grew up listening to her and didn't know she was a drummer, and it's, I don't know, the fact that she's such a skilled drummer and yet she just got to like sing in the band and not really play drums just shows you how much like women are oppressed in the music industry, like she should have been like a drummer for like her own project or other millions of projects, and
Yeah.
instead she also has an amazing voice. But yeah, Karen Carpenter is just such an amazing drummer. So those are my two. And the rest
only she had been a drummer lead singer. Like,
yeah, right.
Combine that. That's another thing too. Drummers, don't think that just because you are behind the biggest, loudest instrument that your voice doesn't matter. And for me, I started just singing along to records when I was playing. That's how I got better at it. Is I would just play music that I knew the words to and that I knew the drum beat to, and I would just practice it and practice it and practice it. And it eventually became a thing. And you can definitely add backup vocals to your songs. Like, your voice matters behind the drum set. I think that's really cool. Hello, JC. Welcome to Drums. We're talking about the lesson. I don't know if you have had a chance to view it. The one on Stage Presence. Give me a thumbs up if you did, or thumbs down if you didn't. Or yeah. Do you have a favorite female drummer or trans drummer, gender expansive drummer?
God, I don't even know if I know of any.
Yeah.
Are there any?
Oh yeah, definitely. So watch the lesson this week because I highlight I think 4 or 5 drummers that they do all identify as she, her. My favorite of the whole clip that I showed was Sheila E. And Sheila E. playing the drums with Prince, and her like just being behind this gigantic '80s drum set, this gigantic hair, and like her outfit. But the musicality of what she was playing is out of this world, right? But it's just normal for her. She's just like boom, 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 hitting every single beat that you could possibly hit right in time, and just like killing it. It's one of my favorite clips. But I definitely watched the lesson. I hope everybody watches and realize like, yeah, female drummers and trans drummers and gender expansive drummers, we've always existed. We've always been on the planet, and getting to be shown is happening more, right? You're seeing it a lot more. Janelle Monáe's band, it was all female. I don't know if they all identify as female, but they definitely were not cisgendered men, a lot of them on the stage. And so it's just Lizzo, I think, a lot of her people that she plays with. So did anyone notice anything about the video, like, that they all had in common? Besides amazing rhythm, you know, and things like that, but someone brought it up earlier. Were they enjoying it?
I was gonna say they were having fun, and like they didn't look like it was hard or they were stressed out or anxious. Just like fun and confidence. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
And even the girl that is Kawaguchi, even though she's a little bit more reserved and a little more serious, like she starts to ham it up when she flips her drumstick, and she's just like looks in the camera like, yeah, I'm better than you. Like, and that's just kind of a thing. And Nikki talked about it in the video about how a lot of us who are marginalized, we can't just be the same drummer that our male counterparts are, you know? We almost have to prove ourselves and then some. And I've often been told in the music industry by people of all walks with all intentions, yeah, you're a really good chick drummer. And it's just like, I'll drum you under the table. Let's go. Come on, drum off. But, you know, and it is hard when you feel like you have to prove yourself just to exist, especially in something that you love, especially something that connects to your heart. But that's what stage presence is taking all the energy that comes at you, people that are inspired by you, people that see you on a drum set and say, whoa, I didn't know there were chick drummers, you know? And then like they do wake up. People have this epiphany that every single human, no matter how we identify, plays the drums. It's natural. We were all born with this heartbeat, this rhythm. So with that, with stage presence, you know, you don't have to ham it up. You don't have to be super serious. You don't have to like be cheesy or anything. You just be yourself. You be your personality. So for me, it kind of depended on the gig, right? If I'm playing someone's wedding, it depended on whose wedding it was. Like I would, you know, maybe play a little more reserved, play a little quieter. If I'm in a teeny bar, it depends how the audience is. If I'm in a teeny bar and people are trying to talk, I would play quiet. But if people wanted to party, I didn't give it. I just played my drums as loud as I could. I'd play hard. I would put on this show. The main thing is that I was connecting to the music. I was connecting to my bandmates. I was listening to what they were doing, but I also realized I was the driving force of the band. And luckily my bandmates agreed that, because not every time are people going to say, yeah, the drummer is kind of leading this, but you're the beat. And you're also the loudest thing on stage. But what I want to talk about is taking up space when you're playing your drums, right? Finding sections to get off just the basic beat that you're playing. Finding 1 or 2 spots in your song where you are going to add a fill, or where you're going to add some stops, or where you're going to add a big build, or, you know, something to think about, just so your brain says, here's my goal that I'm going to achieve by the video. Does anyone want to share your drum beat, if you've got your drum beat for your song, or a drum beat that you're working on? Any thoughts on that? Shell, maybe?
Okay.
Okay.
So ours is quite the mix of things. In the beginning, we're kind of basically I'm just doing like 4 on the floor and like hitting this every time, kind of like a little drum beat. I don't know if you can hear me, but so I'm doing 4 on that and then 4 on this, and And then once we get into, and it's going about that pace. And then once we get into the chorus, I go a little bit faster and I do, let's see, how do I go? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, oh, hang on.
It's muting you now, but I can see what you're playing, and I can know what you're playing.
So I'm doing the 1 and then 3 and on my foot, and I'm doing the 2. It's the one we worked on like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then the hitting this on the 2 and the 4, and then this is just going nonstop. And then, but I only do that for like maybe like 16 beats, and then I switch over and do like a, well, and this is something that I'm trying to figure out to do. I definitely like the sound of the brush on this better than hitting it with the stick, but I'm trying to work on this move where I switch it this way just because I want to go 3 times. We say hold the line, hold the line.
Nice.
Like it to be like a march.
Yep.
But then I'm trying to switch back over. So I've been working on that move a little bit. I don't know if there's a better suggestion.
No, that's great. That's the best suggestion, because the other thing you could do is put a stick underneath your right thigh, on your chair, but then that's uncomfortable for the whole song.
Yeah.
And
it's a fast move. Yeah, because I tried, I've got like a blanket on top. Oops.
I'd say flip it, and then don't stress about, the timing of your hi-hat. Stress more about that your kick and your snare are going to still do their job, but because you have to flip your right hand, you might not play those eighth notes for a couple of beats, and that is okay, because the main thing is that your kick and your snare are still going, right?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
It is hard. It's hard to like flip. You'll get better at it, but you can't just do a quick flip, boom. Yeah, see, look at you go.
And then, so at one part we have, because it basically goes like that for verse and chorus. But then at one point we have kind of like a spoken word thing that's happening. And so we've got Mars on the whammy, just kind of like, wow, and then like kind of plucking every now and then.
Sick.
So I'm kind of messing around with like, kind of like heartbeats on the foot drum a little bit, but then I'm like, on the kick. Just every time I'm trying to do like a kind of weird, like spoken word or
atmospheric.
What?
I said atmospheric sounds.
Yeah. And so at first we've only done that part a few times where we just like fill in things wherever. And since we're not really keeping a beat, it works. Actually, Jack's, the way he's doing the hip hop part, like that spoken word, he's kind of doing it. He's keeping the rhythm and we're just kind of filling in. And he does it. He can't help it.
So have you ever taken the bottom? Everybody try this now. Take the bottom of your stick and like you drag it across your cymbal. Like you can mess around with different ways of doing it. Like that one's not wanting to do it, but so kind of like hit it, drag. The other thing you can do is take the side of it and hit the side of your cymbal. Yeah. So that's some cool like atmospheric stuff you can do, getting it crazy.
Shell, another thing you can do is the part of your cymbal at the very top, this part is called the bell. This is called the bell, just this little bump right here. So you should have a bell on your crash and a bell on your ride. And you can take your stick, usually the butt end of the stick, but you can also use the tip. But just hit the bell, let it ring out.
Yeah.
That's another ethereal sound if you need to do some cool stuff like that.
The bell hit is awesome.
Yeah,
and that's
bell
another
hit
thing too. You
great.
can do when you're playing, if you switch over to your ride and you're playing your eighth notes on your ride. So let's see. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I should show the other view, but what I'm doing is just going over to the bell on my ride cymbal for a couple of the hits. So just thinking about little like pizzazz, the little fun spices on top of the bass, the drum beat, the bass of the song. Shell, I was gonna say too, when you do your hold the line, something to think about You definitely are gonna probably sing, right, with it? Yeah, like hold the line. If you keep your hands low, and this is all for show, right? This is all stage presence stuff. You could keep your hands low and just be like, hold the line, or you could be, hold the line, hold the line. You know, like use your arms, use your sticks. Like that is a visual experience for the audience that people do. It's often like making yourself seem bigger, right? Taking up space, truly taking up space. But I love that. I think you've got some great ideas for your song and find your spot to shine. And it sounds like that cool avant-garde hip hop spoken word thing is going to be fun for you to experiment and
We'll
write
see.
your own drum beat to it, you know? That's cool. I love it. Does anyone have questions about their drum beats?
I don't know if it's a question, but we're still in the creation mode. Rashawn and I have yet to actually play at the same time, but we're gonna have like an intensive weekend where we're doing that and making some moves.
Nice.
But like for the cool, I think it's a hip hop beat with Lauryn Hill that I was like struggling with last week. I can do it, except for I can't do anything with this hand. So I might even just like do something fun with this hand while I'm just doing that beat because I really like it. And I might even try to do it like with my top hat or something, you know.
Yes.
Or maybe I'll grab a water bottle and throw it around. But I'm like, I really like it without this hand because once this guy gets in, or this arm gets involved, it's a wrap. It's a cluster. But
I love that.
yeah, so
I think that's great. Great idea. Like, and Hillary's talked about that too, where you don't have to use both your hands.
yeah.
Like, find your spot. And then I would say for you, do what's comfortable, right? But I want to urge you to at least try to hit the one with your right hand. So try to get the one.
I can do the one or the last one, but nothing in between.
Well, then
Yeah.
just do those and just play those, and then your body will start to be like, hey, wait, I hear where I want to play this more. But definitely add a one every now and again. Like, do your cool stuff, and then boom, and it makes it extra, like, impactful. And that sounds sick. That's not an easy drum beat. That hip-hop drum beat is one of the hard ones.
Well, and I think I got it, but who knows? We'll have to have someone else listen to me. Not today, but
Yeah. Well, hey, if it's even if it's not exactly that drum beat, it's your drum beat.
yeah, I think it's cool.
And also, too, anytime you listen to music and play along to it, I never try, like, I love to drum to hip hop because it's usually done to a metronome, so it helps me keep my timing right. That can be something that's hard when you're playing, you know, a 5-minute song. Your tempo could go all over the place, and it's just natural. So hip hop I like to listen to because that is programmed beats. But I hear like, and I'm like, oh, I can't do all that. I only have, you know, what's happening here. I'm lucky that I have both hands to use it. And what I'll do is just pick apart the beat and focus on the parts that I do play, and then I play along to it. And then I'll add fills that I want to try. I'll add different things. Because definitely trying to play something exactly how you hear it is one of the hardest things, especially in hip-hop music. Did anyone have questions about stage presence or, you know, maybe what you want to do or accomplish in your video? What you're going to wear?
Are there logistically, we're wanting to go somewhere cool that's outside. Rashawn wants it to be not populated so people don't try to give us, you know, they think we're going to be awesome. And then they're like, what the hell? But I don't care because, like, it's for the people, it's for the kids. So as far as like logistically, do you have any tips just on transporting? I mean, we have our huge van now, but like setting up in sand or something.
You also just go to KRCL's like parking lot or something. Since no
Girl,
one-
I want to be in nature though. I want to go like into the mountains or like in Moab. I mean, I appreciate it. That's a great idea. But
Yeah. If you have a generator is the only way I think, or you have access to power for the guitar amp. Or you can do it kind of more where you put t-shirts and stuff and do it in an acoustic version. You know, if Rashawn wants to play acoustic. Because the one thing is you need is power, but luckily drummers, we don't need power.
yeah, I don't need none of that.
It's
Cool.
so awesome. What you could do is go into nature and film, you know, what you look like, and then play a couple things that way, and then go home and film electric and put the two together.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. That sounds great. JC or Shell, do you have any ideas what you're gonna wear? What you guys have you talked about it with your band yet? Well, if you want to wear, Shell has no problem wearing, things on stage. Like Shell always wears like the shell of corn, and you have an awesome vibe on stage. So I know that you understand that. And JC, I have to say, when I saw you perform at Slay Lake City, you had zero problems with, like, you took that stage and you owned that stage, and you showed everybody there like that you were JC and you were bassy JC. Your whole band was there to throw down. So just take those same things and apply them to your drum set. Apply that same thing. We talked about yesterday was writing down 5 things that we love about ourselves. And write those 5 things down and say them to yourself. Put them next to your drum set and look at that until you record your video. Because if you go into your recording and you're just like, this is gonna suck, then your performance is going to reflect that. Your whole experience, your whole body, your whole mind, everything reflects that, right? But if you go in and say, you know what? I learned how to play the drums in 5 weeks during a pandemic. Like, look at me go. Like, look at everything I'm accomplishing. Being proud, you go into your performance like that, your performance is going to shine. People are going to shine. People are going to see you and take a lot from it. So there's a lot to music that is not just music, right? It's finding your way to shine. It's finding your way to make people connect to you. Cool. I thought we could take a couple minutes and play to Lizzo, play a drum beat that's fun. And then, your new lesson will be coming live later tonight. And it has 3 new drum beats that I'm teaching. And so it's to keep you inspired, to keep you learning, to keep you going and playing your drums. But does anyone have questions before we go to a little jam session about their songs or any thing you're feeling nervous about?
Can I just ask why there were holes in some of the cymbals? Is it just make a different sound?
Yeah.
Like some of the drummers had those?
Yep, so that, I don't know exactly the name of those ones, but it usually has a higher pitch, like a psha, instead of a psh. You know what I mean? It's it's for expression. Like, she's not going to necessarily play on it unless it's a ride. Then sometimes they do that. Another thing people do is they'll put, you can put a long string of metal beads on the side of your ride, and it creates this cool sound. They do it in a lot of jazz music.
Yeah.
Different
Mine has holes with mine has holes with little rivets in it. It's like a little sizzle ride or whatever. It's got the
Oh, you've got that one. See, that one's sweet.
yeah.
See, that's perfect for your avant-garde section, Shell.
Yeah.
Yeah, utilize that. Take the brush, and lightly do this left and right with both hands. You can. And drums are kind of cool. Oh, look at that. Oh, what?
I wanted to show you how just a little change of outfit, all of a sudden I'm like a cool drummer. If you get nervous, honestly, sunglasses for any drummer, immediately, I don't even have to be playing anything and you believe that I'm the coolest person in the band, just like that.
Yeah.
Literally don't have to do anything but just sit here and be like, yeah. So find yourself a cool hat, or no hat sometimes, but seriously, just sunglasses, changes everything. I often hide behind sunglasses even indoors when I'm playing because I have a hard time when I'm looking out. I get nervous sometimes. I don't know as much anymore, but when I was a new drummer, you wouldn't find me at any gig without sunglasses. I couldn't see anything except my drum set, and that's all that mattered to me. So whatever you have to do when you're first starting out, to just have confidence. I always like to wear something that has, this doesn't have as awesome of shoulder pads, but shoulder pads make you look like you're sitting up taller and you have some kind of authority maybe. So think about think about those looks, all those videos that Talia shared. There's tons of, sometimes the drummer's just wearing all black and it doesn't matter. Sometimes they're wearing outrageous stuff. My favorite thing I ever wore playing drums was a hot dog costume. Honestly, that's one of my favorite. Just Halloween, playing at a jam at some bar, wore a hot dog and had the best time of my life. So think about what you want to wear, because as you can see, just in 2 seconds of me going and putting this on, I'm a different drummer, right? So find your drummer persona, whatever that is. And it's usually your own persona of who you already are and just elevated. I think Brew last night when she was talking about bass stage presence, just said like, take your look and like your persona and then like elevate it 10 times for the stage. And I thought that was a really good piece of advice because like you can still be you, but it's just elevated. It's just different. I like to wear fur. I like to wear like fur vests a lot of times. You know, just you guys have awesome stuff in your closet, I'm sure. So think about that, and it really does change like the level of confidence. If I wasn't wearing sunglasses, I usually will do some kind of, you know, like eyeliner. You know, I call it my war paint because I'm not a big makeup person. I don't wear makeup very often, but like when I'm gonna go play a gig, it's like my war paint. I'm like preparing for the stage and to entertain people and to like be this persona. So think about those things when you're playing, and it really will change your playing a lot.
Absolutely. Boom. Surprise! It's like, what's up, Phil Collins? Look at that. I love it. So, should we just go on to jamming? Did anyone have any questions or anything else concerns about your song? All right, just know that all the drum instructors from every week are down to help you, especially if you're feeling insecure the night before filming or anything and you want someone to watch a video or you want that, just reach out to us, let us know. We're going to play to Lizzo's song, Juice. And this one we'll listen to it, we're going to count the beat. Boom, pit, boom, boom. Two, right, 1, 2, and 3, 4, boom, pit, boom, boom. But you can always start with what? Mouth it if you know what I'm saying. What can you play to this song also? The rock beat. The rock beat. Okay, so let's just play it and encourage you to have fun. Is that your volume? When the music stops and you're like, hey, I was playing to that, right? Because you're getting it. Why I love that song, of course, because of many reasons, but if I'm shining, everybody's gonna shine, right? But the other reason why I love drumming to that song is the drums are out front. The drums are the first thing you notice about the song. It's the easiest thing to count, right? So what I saw everybody playing, everyone looked like you were killing it. Did anyone feel like they had an issue or questions with this drum beat? Or was it good? Give me a thumbs up, because I'm going to have us play it again, but a different way. All right. Thumbs up. Cool. Now I want you to play it as if Lizzo was playing it. Right? As if Lizzo, the lead singer. I want you to play the drums. And we're not thinking about like showboating right now. Right now what we're thinking about is just like ways we feel comfortable shining, ways we feel comfortable maybe being a little bit flashier, and just try having fun. Like if you're not laughing at yourself when you're doing this part, then you got to try harder, right? Be a little more showboaty. So think about, all right, who's my superhero drum persona? Who do I become when they say, Shell, yeah, on the drums, and then Shell gets this epic drum solo, or Joe on the drums. Oh, look at that. Costume change for the second time through. Look at that, see? Boom, alligators. You don't mess with that. Oh, and Shell, whoa. Definitely make sure you can breathe through that. But all right, that's another important thing, right? Is our props gonna be okay? All right, if it doesn't work for the whole song, try it for this amount of the song. I feel like I should have sunglasses right now, dang it. All right, we're gonna try it again. Everybody, bring out your persona. Oh yeah. I definitely was laughing through that whole thing. That was amazing. Good job, everybody. Nice personas and nice just like taking up space and having fun. Because that's the most important thing. Band practice can be stressful. Band practice can be hard. But laughing, getting through it with a bit of laughter, you know, if you mess up, everybody laugh instead of, you know, make faces at each other or, you know, be like, why didn't you get that? Be like, oh, that's all right. You know, be supportive. And I also, like we talked about yesterday, it's not just we build each other up. Who else do we build up? Yes, right? And who else should we not tear down? Yes. So take that. That stage presence, confidence, music, it is all tied in together, and it's all tied into how we talk to ourselves and how we treat ourselves, especially when we are playing music, which is hard. You're accomplishing something super hard and complicated, and you're using every limb, and every limb's supposed to hit at different times, and like, but what you're doing is natural and it's in your body. You know, you can feel it, you can play it. So I can't stress this enough. Find your drum songs. I have a playlist that I made on my cell phone that is my drum songs. And I can go to that playlist and it's about 20 songs that I absolutely love drumming to, and I do it every single day. I try every single day is to play at least 15 minutes, pick 3 songs and drum to it. And it's kind of like punk rock aerobics, right? You do the same thing. Like, you get behind your kit, you get practice with it, you stay engaged, you stay excited, and y'all are killing it. You guys are playing like so many cool drum beats and doing rad things, so stay awesome, right? And good luck with your videos. Any questions before we go? Thoughts? Comments? All right.
I just wanted to say, if anyone needs help with the drum beat that you're working on for your band, to like work with your band, you can reach out to me. You can reach out to Talia, I'm sure. And if we can't help you, we've got drum instructors that are super happy to help. So if you're feeling frustrated, or especially, I feel like at this point you might have like a beat, but like transitioning from one beat to another can be the tricky part. So just reach out. We can get on Zoom with you one-on-one and hang out for a few minutes and just like break through and show you some tricks that we know. So don't be afraid to reach out, for sure.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Yeah.
That is another big one, right? We always try.
Don't be afraid to be weird. Just do something weird. It doesn't have to be the rock beat perfectly like we've, shown you the rock beat. Some of the best songs I've ever heard has a beat that, like, I don't know how the drummer like thought of it, and it's totally not the beat you'd expect to hear for that song, but it's the beat that's like they felt, and it makes such a big difference. So just feel what your song needs and play it. And if you need help, like if it's in your head but you can't like put it on the drum set, reach out and we'll help you put it on the drum set.
Yep.
Sure.
Totally.
Cool.
We'll keep drumming, keep having fun.
Yeah,
Thank you.
playing.
This
Keep
is
playing
awesome.
tonight. While you're sitting there, just keep playing. Turn on a song you like and keep playing.
Yep. Turn on a song you like, for sure. And maybe one of these days, I'll try and work on a YouTube playlist, actually. I'm just saying this so we think about it. All of us could add, hey, this is my favorite drum song.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
If everybody added their favorite songs to drum to, and then we can all play to each other's songs.
That's cool.
Dope. All right, everybody have a good night. Keep playing.
Good night. Good to see you. Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Bye.